are there which are like should be familiar to you, but just I want to trying to now give you this. Just give me a second. I'll come back. So okay. Sorry, I'm I'm just trying to get back. Okay, just a minute.
Are you going to share your slides or? No, you have been muted. You please unmute.
It's a PowerPoint presentation, and I'm just trying to get in. Just a second. I'll get.
Okay. Montu. Yes, you have to allow the guest to share his slides.
No, take us. Listen, no. It was not allowing, I think.
Montu, like a side here, please.
Montu, slide allow kara. Desktop.
Pankaj, if you are there, kindly help us.
Pankaj, Pankaj, can you hear me? Slide share karibo para nai.
Kindly koi dia na ta ki Montu pora nai sake.
Allow kara nai. Montu kolu moi Montu.
I'm going out and log in again. Okay, is this okay for you?
Okay.
Thank you.
Montu, এফালে পৰা কিবা পারমিট কৰিব লাগে নেকি?
লাগিব হোস্টে এলাও কৰিব লাগে।
কি হৈছে মন্টু? রিকোয়েস্ট পঠিয়াব লাগিব। নহলে বা আমালে পঠিয়াই দিলেও হয় না, আমি ইয়াৰ পৰা ডিসপ্লে কৰি
Mahanta, you have to send your request to us for slide share.
It's working now. It's okay.
Oh yes, it is going to.
It is going okay.
Yes.
Yes, we can see it very well.
Could you see me now? No.
Yes.
Yes, sir. You are visible. Your slides are also visible, sir.
Okay. So it's fine. Could you see this? Okay. Just
Aslan. Yes, sir.
uh, so everything okay? Yeah? You can see that, right?
It seems, sir, it's everything is okay.
Okay. Just a second. I'm going now. So, sorry. Okay, it's always some technical issues, and that won't be problem if we have in a so physically in one venue one day maybe in future. This is the basic. So everybody can see me, right? You are seeing my slides. Hello.
Yes, sir, we can. Yes, sir, we
Okay.
can. We can.
Okay. So
It
that
is
that
visible.
word word entrepreneur that is coming from French language. This is like it's like taking meaning to undertake to do something and take a risk. This is a meaning of entrepreneur to undertake. It's called. So it's a normal thing. Person setting a business, taking financial risks, hope and profit. That is known to everyone. And there are a successful entrepreneur is there are basic characteristics is are there. Like one is you need to be a confidence what you are in your goal, your vision. So you have to be 110% sure what you are going to do. That will be always success. That don't you should not have any kind of confuse or any kind of question mark on it. Competence is very important. That because you should know what you are doing. You have to be personally has to be very how do you say expert on that field, because that is the one thing what country like in India many business are not successful because one teacher he wants to open a restaurant, one one doctor he wants to open a hotel. So this is not very unique situation, because then you will be 100% dependable to others, and that is not as a drawback to open to being an entrepreneur. Courage you need, you have to be really very courageous to be entrepreneur, because there are so many unexpected problems will arise which will not you cannot plan before. So that it has to be has always you have to have that courage to fight and you to come over that problems. Self discipline is very important, because that is belongs to hard working. Because if you are not really hard working person, you are not used to, if it is not in your character, then you should not think about to be a entrepreneur, because that is 24-hour job, and that you cannot start off like a normal. Very important to have a self discipline to do a job again and again 100,000 times in your life, and that is very important for an entrepreneur. Then these are the basic things. That is like everywhere you go, any country they have their own rule and regulation, then company laws, then you have to come through all bureaucracy that has to be done, because it's related to the government earning economy. So that all country has their different type of this bureaucracy, but it has to be done the other way. Then hiring talent, that is very challenges, because to being getting a professional, getting a people for your kind of business, it is not very easy in India. I had a very different thought before, because we have a huge manpower. But to find a person to for a proper job and qualified person also in India is a big problem. That is I realize after when I doing the marketing in India. Then obtaining finance is always a one factor for the new entrepreneur when they come to a business. Most of the people who doesn't know has a more enthusiasm or want to do something in their life, they are mostly come from middle class, lower middle class families. So these young boys and girls, they always have problem with the finance. But nowadays it's getting easier. There are many ways to get finance for if you have a very good concept. So these are the basic things for all business, all entrepreneurs in all over the world. Then tourism industry, tourism hospitality industry. This is again a very different industry, and tourism is the biggest industry in the world after the oil. So tourism is a huge industry and is a global industry. And tourism is the basic, very basic things for a human being to a entrepreneur in tourism industry or being in a tourism industry. You have to have a heart to serve people. That is, the smile has to come to from your heart. That is very important. If you don't have this, then don't try, because artificially you cannot do it for a long time. It does not work. So that is very, very important, to have a heart for the serve people. Second thing is know how. You should know what you are doing. This is like, I'm just talking about from my experience. Know how is a very, very, is very easy to say, but is a different meaning. It has a very, very sensible meaning. Know how means to getting having a information, and to know is a very two different things. I'm just giving you an example of making a cup of tea. So we, everybody, we know how to make a tea. Like everyone, if you ask them, everyone can give you a half an hour lecture about to how to prepare a tea. All theories are there. But same person you send to the kitchen, then he'll put the pot on the fire and he'll ask his mom, how many sugar shall I put, how many tea I really need for 2 cups of tea. So that is two different things. So it has to be very, very careful to having a information, and to know is a very, very two different thing. And that thing I realized when I come to Europe, when I came to this Austria, German, especially the German people, they are very, very keen on that. So same thing, if you say, everybody we know how to cook a rice, but how many of us really cook a proper rice? So just a small example to understand. I'm just trying to tell you. And all the big successful entrepreneur in the tourism industry, hotel industry, they come very, very basic. There are many successful people. They are well known in all over the world, but they have started just like their life like a small chai stall or pav bhaji, and they become an international figure because of their know-how was very, very important for them. And for example, I'm giving some example. This William Baker, he's from Greece person. He started a hotel with 2 rooms in his house in Greece. Now he is the owner of all big, almost 3 4 big chain hotel like Marriott, like Holiday Inn. He has a big share, almost all shares of him. He's a very famous man in the world. So this is Mr. William Baker. Then Colonel Sanders, he's from the KFC owner. He started his business, his life with a grilled chicken in Kentucky, and then he used to sell his grilled chicken in the street. And now in age of his 60, he has started KFC. Now is the world chain KFC. You know how big it is. Then we have another in Indian. This is Saravana Bhavan Group. Maybe you know, this is very famous South Indian restaurant all over the world. Is started the Raja Gopal. He called to be a Roland McDonald of East. So Saravana, even we have in Munich, Germany, everywhere in Europe and US. And he has started with his dosa, idli. But these are the example we can see, because it's all belongs to that know-how what I said. Dheeraj Gupta, he's a Bada Pav in Maharashtra. If you go, he had almost 3 lakhs giant all over the India. This is from Dheeraj Gupta. He was also a street vendor. So this is just, I'm giving you the example to understand what is know-how. Important thing is tourism industry is the honesty. Honesty is the most important thing. What I feel, I always say to everyone, because that belongs to the industry. Because people, they come to hotel, restaurant, or they travel to one country to another just to enjoy. They forget everything. They just want to be relaxed. They don't have any kind of doubt or anything in their mind. They just want to be happy. So this is our duty to sell them, give them our honesty. So if you go to a restaurant, you order, you really don't know who is cooking your food. Maybe this man who is inside him, maybe he has a maybe he has a sickness. You don't know. Maybe he is not cooking your food in a dirty pan. But you don't think about that. You 100% you believe on it. You go there and you have your meal. But this is our duty. This is our responsibility to make sure the man is not sick, the pan is clean. So this honesty is the behind the back office, but it is a very, very important thing for the tourism industry. And even with the employees should know that you are honest. That brings to your whole joint, it brings to your whole environment, and it comes to your one to one to your employees, to your clients. So it has to be very, very important in tourism industry, which is I always give lots of worth on it. I always tell to my employees that that is our key point. We have to be honest with our people. Mistake can be happen, but if you are honest, you also don't mind to say sorry. It can be happen. So we have to building a trust between our customer and us. We have to building a trust between our employees. So honesty is the most important thing what I personally feel. You have to be patient in tourism industry. It's very, very important patient, because tourism is an industry which is always rotate. People always change their destination. People always like to try something different. So tourism, if you open a restaurant, a hotel or tourism joint, you cannot expect that every day it will run well. So it is time will come with the down and fall. It always happen because people is a human being. So it's very difficult to long term satisfy one human being for one product. So that have to be had patient. As time will come, you see your business is not running you as you expecting, but you have to really sit down and think over it, and find a solution. How, what is a mistake, or what will be the new thing we have to again apply for my business and go ahead. The same thing, I'm just giving you an example. When COVID started, we do normally in our business, we have like we serve like 15 to 20,000 Indian guests in our restaurant every summer, like April to September, October. And one we just had three buses in March. Then is suddenly next day there's everything is stopped because of COVID. And what to do? Then I have sit down almost 3 4 hours on the table and thinking about what to do. Then we started. I just called one of my friend in Calcutta. I told him I need a home page to make a takeaway on home delivery. Then he said, okay, I'm making the order for you. Then in 10 days, I had a website which can online order. You can pay by PayPal, you can pay by credit cards. So we started a website, and which was the perfect solution for us, because it is well next day itself. And because the border was closed, the people were cool movies. Even some people, if some sick in the family, they cannot travel to a restaurant because it is not allowed. So they were very happy if we bring food to them. We just bring food to them. They order in online, and they keep the money even outside. Sometimes they pay in PayPal and credit card, and sometimes they pay cash outside. We just leave the box in the outside, and we give them the food. And in both sides, it was like a social help, and as well as economically, we are supporting, helping. I'm just giving you an idea. So this is the tourism hotel industry. So if time comes, you have to be a patient, and you have to have a strength for durability. You have to say, okay, its time is bad, but I'm coming through. I have my new ideas, and I'm working for that. So just I'm giving you one example for that, how we did now. The human psychology, this is very, very important in tourism industry. You see, is friendliness is no excuse. You have to be friendly. It's like somebody coming to your home. If you don't like him to come, then you just call him and say, please don't come. If he's coming to your home, then you have to be friendly. You have to be a proper host. So friendliness, again, I said it has to be come to from heart. If your smile is not your smile is not genuine, they'll make it. You can make, if you go to a restaurant, if somebody is smiling you, it's a genuine smile or not. It has to come from the heart. And human psychology, if somebody coming inside to your hotel and restaurant, you just say good morning sir, make a smile, and he's ready to pay for you. So this is the thing, psychology we play every day, morning to evening, with the guest. When you come inside, we know what kind of guest it is, what can be his expectation, and how we have to handle with them. That way you learn also with the experience, And that is what is the basic of tourism industry, to make people happy. And customer understanding is very, very important. So you should know, because it's not what you are selling, that is not important. You always have to think what he needs, because that is happening in many restaurant, hotel. If you go inside, they say, no, no, this is our card. If you want to have it, we don't have a choice. It's not like that. You can be make him happy with your product. You know how to handle him. So these are the very basic things you learn in life. So that is also important in tourism industry, and from my experience. So basic is the tourism industry. It's a very global industry. His industry is like, its tourism is has no border. Tourism has people move all over the world, and we hire people from all over the world. So it's a very open, it's very global industry. We have to be very, very tolerant to be in a tourism industry, because in tourism industry, in a hotel, in restaurant, everybody come here. You cannot scrutiny. When thieves are coming, mafia boss are coming, politicians are coming, celebrities are there, scholars are there, intellectuals are there, criminals are there. Everybody is there. You cannot scrutiny. You cannot discriminate them. They will come inside, and it is your quality to how to handle them, how to make them happy, because they are bringing money to you. So this is very, very important in tourism. You have to be very, very open. One person, one come inside, you should not judge it. You should not make a comment. That is very, very important. And another thing is, we are secular. We don't ask people what is your religion. It is not. It is not. Does not exist in hospitality industry, tourism, because we welcome everyone. We are, people can learn from us what is secular. So we treat, we serve, we clean plate, we bring food to every religious people and every level people. And that mindset you have to have, and you have to bring to your employees. It's very important. Second thing, the hotel industry, especially this tourism hotel industry, we have to be always realize is not belongs to our Indian culture. It's a European culture, European tradition. We borrowed it. In our days, যেতিয়া আমি মই অসমত আছিলো, when we travel, আমি যদি গুৱাহাটীলৈ আহো, তেজপুৰলৈ আহো, sorry if somebody does not understand Assamese, but if we come to তেজপুৰ, গুৱাহাটী, আৰু যদি আমি হোটেলত থাকো, if we stay in a hotel, এইটো লাজৰ কথা আছিলে আগৰ দিনত। যদি আমি হোটেলত খাওঁ, it was a very bad thing. If we eat a lunch at hotel in our days, it is like in Assamese culture, it was like, oh, you don't have anybody, তোমাৰ কোনো নাই নে তাত, তই দেখোন বাহিৰত খালি, হোটেলত থাকিবলৈ তোমাৰ মিতিৰ কুটুম কোনোবা নাই নে? So this is like Indian culture was. We don't belongs to this industry. Is the industry from Europe, because the European, they have this industry, they open, they have also, is called, in German they call Weißes Kreuz. They made some like overnight stay houses. It was more social, more charity type, in like 1400 1300 century, when the people from travel to one part to another, so overnight to stay. And these are the beginning of hotel industry, and then started like this, and it's become a commercial. So there are some rules of hotel industry. When you copy something, when you borrow something, it's very, very important to learn the basic and the rules. Otherwise, your copying and borrowing won't be a perfect. It will be always a mistake. And that is happening in India. Whenever I go, everywhere I see, because see, you should know, for us, it's very easy to serve a European guest in a restaurant than an Indian guest. Because the European guests, they know what is the table manner. If they finish their meal, we no need to ask them, are you finished or not? Because we know, if we see the cutlery on the plate, we know they have finished their food. They don't need anything. So it's basic small things. So, but you enter a restaurant, how you eat a meal in a restaurant, not to disturbing anyone, because there are so many people who also want to enjoy. how you don't irritate the people, other people, how you talk in the restaurant with the others, and how to behave. These things are very important to is all the benefit for all. Is not that is it has to be selfish. If you go there, you speak loud, you call every 2 minutes the waiter. Every time you need something, you don't give your order. You are four of people. You don't give the order at a time because four people you call him four times to give you four orders. These are the things you irritate not the employees, because the employees will do it because they are getting salary. Therefore, they are getting paid for that. But you are disturbing the others who are sitting in the restaurant. It shows your selfish character. So these are the thing is very, very important. Now we have to be very conscious to teach our client, to tell our client, there is a process how you teach them. And they'll be very happy to learn if you tell them. This is not their mistake because they don't know it. So these are the thing we have to explain, you have to tell them. So our problem is that in India, I see everywhere, even in a big 5-star hotel, I have see the things are missing. So this has to be developed if we want a tourism industry in international basis. If we really feel good or we make our industry very healthy. So these basic things are very, very important. We have to keep in our mind. This hotel industry is not belongs to us. Many things to learn. Another thing is the service rule. Hygiene is very, very important. Hygiene is a very different thing. What we really don't care. So hygiene is one more thing. We have to be really very careful how we, because if I not eating a food in a dirty plates, if I'm not eating a food which is not hot, how can I expect to give this food to a guest with this dirty plate and cold food, and I'm expecting from him to pay? And that is not fair. So the hygiene always, first you have to ask yourself, you have to be honest with you to say, okay, I'm really maintaining the hygiene or not. So these are the thing is very, very important. We have to be the new entrepreneur, the people who are dreaming for tourism industry. Please count these things as an important part of your industry. So challenging. I am almost, I told you what are the challenges we have in hospitality industry. The problem is this, if you go to a restaurant, so what we feel normally, you need a fresh food. The food has to be very, very good and needs to be very quick. You are not patient. You may be hungry. You don't want to wait. And you also expect the price has to be reasonable. So that was the big challenge for all restaurant, all food business, because that bring you stress in the kitchen for the cook. So he want to make a good food, high quality food, but he cannot make it one dish in half an hour. That time he doesn't have. He has to get ready in 10 minutes. And it has to be hot. It has to be also, he has to be conscious about the cost of the food because he cannot throw it, waste it. It has to be very, very rational. So what happened because of this problem, then to solve this problem, what came out, this all system management restaurants, they came out in the market, like McDonald's, KFC, Burger King. These all management restaurant has come out because the cook, they don't have to think. It's all pre-prepared. It's fixed. One burger in Delhi, one burger in New York, one burger in Sydney. It looks same. There is no difference. It has like they have a checklist. They have to know how to make a burger, and they have the same bread. They bake the breads for all over the India, for example, and they supply to all joints. And they don't want to have good taste, but they don't want to have a bad taste. They want to have always same taste. That is their principle. If you go to a Burger King, KFC, they have the same taste. It can be better, but it can be also bad, but they don't want that. They said, this is our McDonald's or KFC taste. And they are quick. Because of this whole organized, they made also equipment that way. That's why it is quick. And the price is reasonable. That is the reason why this all system management restaurant came out in the world. And that is the reason why nowadays you see if somebody is opening a restaurant, he opening second one, third one, fourth one, like this, it become a chain. That is the basic thought. It cost you, it reduce your also running cost, it reduce your also fixed cost, employee cost, and many other things. But this is not acceptable in Europe. It's very strange. In Austria, the McDonald, maybe Austria only the country, the McDonald is not success here. People, they don't go for junk food. They don't go for fast food because they are very, very health conscious. The McDonald, how successful in China and India and South America, in US, this is not successful in Europe because the European is very, very conscious about their health. They want to know what they are eating. They are also very, very careful what is coming to their market. They are always think about how the fair trade. So if they know where the food are coming from, what is the how the product. This is very, 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 very strict here. But I'm telling you, these are the basic problem we have here. We don't have this system management, but we have to organize our kitchen that way that we can give a fresh food, tasty food. It has to be also a reasonable price. Second thing is food is very, very personal. So food is very, very personal thing because if maybe you wear a shirt which is maybe you don't like the color, but you don't mind to wear it. But you don't eat a food which is not coming to you. If you put a spoon in a mouth, when you feel it's not tasty, it is not for your taste, then you don't eat it. So it's very personal. So it's very difficult to satisfy people. Quality control is very, very difficult in tourism, in hotel and restaurant business because your chef is changed, that your food change. You cannot keep the quality in the same time in a long time because it changes in many factors is very, very difficult. So this is also a big challenge for us. How we will keep our quality control. There are some system, there are some method how can do it, but this is one of the challenges what we have. Hidden cost. Hidden cost is one of the most important thing. We have to be always careful to be an entrepreneur in tourism. So these costs are you never saw. See, if your one guest come to your restaurant and he sit for 2 hours and drinking two chai, and he will go to twice to the toilet, you lost the money what you already earned. Because the soap, the water, the papers, what they use in the toilet, that the money what you has a like I don't know the margin of what you earn from the chai, that money has gone already. And that you don't see it in the hotel tourism industry. That is the problem because you don't see where his money is going. Energy. 3 guests is sitting in the restaurant, whole lights are on in the restaurant. There are 50 bulbs is burning and 3 guests are sitting in the restaurant. So whatever money you earn, it was a minus business for you because not you are selling, but you are losing your cost. So earning 10% more profit, doing 10% more profit is very, very challenging in this world nowadays. But with less effort, you can reduce 10% of your cost, then you have the same result. So wasting of energy, water, unprofessional employees, they pour drinks and half of the drinks on the floor. They are like cooking a food and they're throwing half of the things. So these are the employees, unprofessional employees. This is also a big challenge for us, and this is hidden cost. I'm telling you, there are always a system. There is always a tool. You can have a tools. These tools are you can use for this cost. How can you reduce? How can you control? So you have to learn about those tools. Is creating your identity. So you have to be always unique. People should come to you. They should know why they are coming. If you try to copy others, if you copy identity from others, is won't be success because it has to make your own identity, and that is very, very important. So you have to be very, very targeted. You said, okay, I'm just giving you more example about hotel and restaurant because this is the basic of tourism industry. When people travel, these are the basic need they always need. So in restaurant, if you say, okay, I have a special, I'm specializing in fish. People come to my restaurant because there are enough space. People come to my restaurant because we have a very, how do you say, very, very friendly service people. So somehow we have to find the identity, your identity, people so can identify you, say, okay, I'm going to that hotel because this hotel had this is USP. This is, you know what is USP, so you are a management student, you know it. So it's creating your new own identity is very, very important. That it has to be happen during your when you prepare your project plan. When you make your project report, that has to be the thought has to become that time, because you have to know why you're going to open this your joint and which identity you will show or follow. So now I'm coming to Assam, this Assam tourism, because this is also thing what I always feel. I go to Assam, we have so many potential, we have so beautiful places here. The people are nice nature is here. It's a very unique destination. So, but Assam tourism is not growing that way what's supposed to be. But it's okay. This is coming up. People, I saw many restaurant joints, hotels are coming up. The infrastructure is building now. Roads are there. So connectivity is growing. So it's nice to see all differences what happening. Because see, I'm almost last 32 years in Europe. When I every year I go back, or every when I go back to Assam, I see the changes. You don't see it because you are there. I see it here because I can compare. Okay, when I come last time, this was not here, but even the thought of the people, the psychology, the people are changing, which is more important than infrastructure, because the building a house, building a road, or building a hotel, this is not a challenge. If you have a money, you can do it. Problem is the software, the people. To develop the people, they develop the mentality, the ethic, the thought. That is more important, and that is also is changing, and that is very, very positive. Assamese food is very, very healthy. I am a food expert. I'm telling you. I was 20 years professional cook. I am in this industry for last 40 years. I travel many part of the world. So I'm telling you, our food is very, very healthy. Assamese food. So this is our one unique thing what we can always offer to the people who come from outside from Assam. Second thing, we are very, very nice people. We are very soft people. We are very hospitality is in our blood. That is one thing when I brought to Europe, that was my like strong point what I survive here. And I liked it. I can grow here because I had it in my blood. Because we love to people to be, give people the more. This is in Assamese mentality in even whole northeast, and that is we have to really we have to utilize this for the tourism. And the environment, we have seen how green it is. This green is nowadays is really, really very, very rare. Green is, people are fighting in many countries to make their country green. They are spending billion and billion, but that we have, and we can really sell this. We can really utilize this environment of what we have, and that is one of the really resource we can always use for our tourism. Thing is that the standardization is important for a tourism industry. I mean, when you come to Assam, it has to be something unique things what people want to see, want to enjoy Assam. If you talk about food, I have spoken with 3-4 our celebrity chef for Assam. One day we were in the Gateway Hotel in Dibrugarh. So they came to meet me. Then we had a breakfast together. Then I told them the Atul Lakar was also there. I said, see, it's very, very important to make some Assamese food standard, and that is which is should be known. We can market it. We can market it out of Assam or internationally if we have this. Its example is, see, if you go and order a pizza in the world, wherever you know what is pizza. If you order a burger, you know what is a burger. So it can be a different taste, but you know your expectation is there, and it always meet to your expectation. So if you have tandoori chicken, you know what is tandoori chicken. We know what is dosa, what is idli. But we don't have any food in Assam, in Northeast, what we can identify say to the people that, okay, if somebody come from Delhi and he wants to have that, I said, okay, masar tenga. But if masar tenga, if you eat in Guwahati, if you eat in Jorhat, or if you eat in Nagaon, it's three different masar tenga. They're not same. They are not using the same ingredients, same consistence, same fish, you know. So these are the things what we have to do it. We have to really work on it. We have to start with very small, like 3-4 dishes. Then also we can see internationally. If some Austrian is going to Assam, I can tell him, go to Assam and have masotenga. So that is what not happening. And that is very, very important. We have to do it in Northeast, all over the Northeast. We know we talk about only our people. If one Assamese in Bombay, he talk about that. But one Assamese in Bangalore, he talk about our dishes in Northeast dishes. But this is not yet uniquely marketed to all over the India. You forget about its international market, but first we have to come to in India. People everywhere in India, they know if I come to Madras, if I go to Bombay, I want to have pav bhaji. If I go to Delhi, what I know what I have to have. We have many things nowadays. They make Indian kitchen, especially North Indian kitchen. It's all over the world. They know what is kadai ghost, they know what is kadai paneer, they know what is, like everybody, they know it here even, the people, because this become so popular to the people because they see, they know what exactly it is. So these are the thing, what is the next thing we have to do it very, very important in Assam. We have to do it very, very soon if we want to make a unique uh, for Assam, for a tourism and to people to enjoy and come and to ask for those things. Another thing is very what is I'm talking about not happening good in my eyes. One is, see, Assam, I prefer to people come to Assam and say, okay, I'm going to Assam because Assam has lots of freshwater fish. I want to eat fish in Assam. Because the people all over the world is become very, very conscious about food nowadays. Because it's unhealthy food which are not healthy to your day-to-day life. These are people are slowly avoiding even in Europe. The vegetarians are growing, vegan is growing because of the environmental problem. So it's growing more and more. So it's good for us for Indian kitchen because we are 70-80% Indian are vegetarian. But in Assam nowadays, because I had an example, one friend of mine, like daughter, she wants to go to Assam and to visit a family. And she asked the Assam that the families have said, please don't cook pork for my daughter. So this message is not very healthy because people think nowadays the other part of India, in Northeast, in Assam and everywhere, we eat pork. So you see, even in Europe, it's not discrimination, but even Europe, they are avoiding now red meat, less pork meat, because pork meat is very, very, have to be careful how we prepare because it can be a very big sickness. It can become to diseases if the meats are not properly, how do you say, prepared. So it is not a good message. For us, it will be better if they say, okay, I'm going to Northeast and Assam to eat fish. I hope you understand what I am telling, because this is not because the world trend is changing. So we are going reverse. If people are coming to Assam to eat fish, eating our herbs food, vegetarian food, that will be a positive message for us. Not going for because we are not going to Assam because the people eat pork there. And it is new in Assam society. It's very new. When I was there, last 15, 20 years, it was not like that. There are people who eat pork, is nothing wrong. This is okay. This is their culture. They eat, they know how to eat. But this is not our day-to-day food. And which is coming to now a message to all over the India, even because I know there are many Northeast Assamese people, they very proudly say, you go to Assam, eat this pork meat. That is okay, that's fine. But we are not is a region which are meat eater. We are not vegetarian, but we eat fish, and fish is very, very healthy. People nowadays recommend all over the world to eat fish because it's a healthy thing. That I have, so I always say what we have to really concentrate on that, and we have to market it. So this is like the part of tourism. What I feel, there are also other things are happening in Assam, which are I feel is not very healthy. Like when you go to from Guwahati to Nagaon or Jorat, you see in the Roha before Nagaon there are many the dhawas are coming up. In the beginning, in maybe in 10 years ago, there was only two or three. Now we see this, maybe there are 60, 70 dhawas are there. And that is again very unhealthy because this is not correct. If there that is coming because the demand is not that much, it cannot be so quick. If demand is there, it has to be statistically counted. Like here, you cannot open a hotel if you have a money. They will not allow you because the government has a statistics. They said we have like 10,000 overnight stay in our place. So 10,000 guests are staying here. So we need only 10,000 bed. Maybe we need 12,000 bed, but we don't need 20,000. They are not going to allow even the multimillionaire, if they come and say, I want to open a hotel here, they will not allow it. So this has to be coming from the government and say, okay, how many restaurants we really need here? How many traffics are coming out? And it has to be because now I see when I go next time I see the standard is going down. Getting prices are getting cheaper because it's competition. People are staying in front of the restaurant, calling and pulling the people to come inside the restaurant. So it's like it's become like a fish market. So that should not be happen. And these are the thing I think it has to be very. It's a job of the government to take care of this because you see even Kaziranga has become crowded. If you really think and count, do you need so many resort and hotel in Kaziranga for 2 months traveling? Because Kaziranga you hardly visit for 2 months. Rest of the months is closed because of the rain and flood. So these are the thing is not very healthy because this has to be very careful and should not be happen. Is the new places? This Majuli is coming. Majuli has become very famous in Europe, and people are like there are many new destinations coming, and I hope this destination will be taken care of because it's not going to be like that, it will harm us for long terms. So these are the things what I see, and Assam has a very good future for tourism. The new entrepreneur, new people, even Assamese people, they have to be very careful when the tourists are coming. I'm just coming to next point. How is in European Austrian tourist compared to India? What they are doing? So is now I'm coming to my journey. Aradhana already told you that I come from a village called Kauripathar. This is maybe not known to you, but I love to say this word because this is my village. This is Hallam is near to Gohpur. Maybe you know, near to Gohpur is it's a very interior place. Now is roads are going, electricity is there, but in our time it was very difficult. And I came from there. My parents were a primary school teacher. This is my home. This is one of the photo when I visited with my family. Very clean, no pollution, no industry. I love to go home. This is we are very near to Brahmaputra. This is the Brahmaputra bank. You see, if you really get crazy, see how nice is it. And this one thing always bring to me, and that is also a mantra from my mother always, and that helped me to come till here. Think big, it cost you nothing, and that was for me was very important. She always tell to me, ডাঙৰ কথা ভাবিলে খৰচ নহয়, কিয় সৰু কথা ভাবিব লাগে। গতিকে এই ডাঙৰ কথা ভাবি the big thing I thought, and that brought me till here, till today. I'm here because that has to be there, and Buddha also told, thought, thought about, because thought is everything. Because if you cannot think, how will achieve it? So you don't hesitate to big think. This is what I feel. is very, very important. So that I also feel for myself. So why tourism and hotel management? Why I came to an hotel management? That is also a one thing very interesting, because I knew the tourism was it's a global industry. This is true. It's a world is open for you. Then I choose after my 3 years hotel management. Then I join as a chef trainee. Then I came to the management in ambassador. Then I came to Europe and choose my profession as a cook, because as a cook you always find a job all over the world, because language is not that important, because you should know your job. So it helped me also to travel and find a job all over the world as a cook. And that was also for me it was a good thought that I decided to be a cook. I love to travel, and that was also helping me to my profession, and that I have done till now. And I'm looking forward in future also to travel more. And I love to be with people. That I like to be with people, and always you learn from human being every day. Today also I'm learning. Every day you meet a person, it's become very interesting. You always learn something. So this is also very nice in tourism and hotel management, and it keep you young because you always socialize. You always with the people, your mind, your physique. You always be young in this industry. So my challenges was when I came here. There's a lack of when I came when I want to join hotel and tourism management. I have selected, then I get also a scholarship from Northeast Council. But I was asking in Guwahati, many people, even my Guwahati Commerce College professor, nobody was telling me what is hotel management. And that was also in the beginning. Then when I tried to come to Austria, that was also a big problem, because I really couldn't get information on what will be here, what are all challenges facing for me. So I didn't so for me, it was always learning by doing in my life. I do something and I learn. It was not other ways around. So that happened also when I came to Austria. And here was German language. Austria speak German is the official language. So the language was a big problem, because here in European in language they were very, very conservative. They love to promote their language. They speak their language. And if they know also English, very hard to they speak to get a reply in English from them. In the one nowadays is getting better, because the young generation they are learning English. They know it's an international language, so the need of English language they also realize now is coming up. But when I came to Austria 1988 89, that was very different. I was very happy in 2 weeks if I find someone to speak English with me. So German in our days there was no chance to learn German in India. I had no chance. So when I came here, I was like a stupid. Nobody really I could communicate with people. It was very difficult. And I'm just giving you an example. I bought a jacket in Delhi, like in this on a Tibetan market in Delhi. I bought a winter jacket, and the jacket has written here like Polizei. Polizei is like in German is police. And I was wearing the jacket when I was traveling, when I was walking around the city here. And then people always look at me. So I didn't understand why. Maybe I thought maybe because I'm a stranger, maybe I'm my color. Then one day I saw there is a car, is written the same word in the car. Then, then I realized because that the police side, that the word is police, the people think maybe I'm in a police. So till that day, I don't wear the jacket. And that was my German language, the knowledge in German. So it was very, very difficult. But within the 6 months, I could speak a little bit German. At least I could communicate because I had to. I lost almost 8 kilo in this 6 months because of the stress of the language. I couldn't sleep properly because it was very difficult. If you don't know the language, you don't understand. Even you don't see a signboard which is written in English that time. So it was very big challenge. But because of this pressure, I learned the language very quickly. And now this is my official language. I read, write everything in German. So that was one of the big challenge. Financial problem I had because I came from a lower middle class family. I borrowed the money from SBI. Aradhana already told you that money, one of the relative who helped me to get this loan. And that was because of that I could come here, but I had to pay back many money, lots of money after I was earning here. because that borrowed my I have to pay back in a certain time. The climate was also a problem when I came here in winter, minus 12, minus 30-degree temperature when you come from 30, 35 degree. So it was very difficult first to winter. You cannot go out. You hard to do the activities. So these are the basic problem what I had. There are some other problem, but this is day-to-day life that have also if I live in Assam also. But these are the fundamental problems what I had when I came here. This is the city Salzburg, where I arrived. That is the first city I land in Europe. Salzburg is very famous for, Mozart. Mozart, this is classical music. Mozart is born in Salzburg. This is his city. It is a castle behind. It's very famous. There is a big concert in summer. It's a very beautiful city. I love Salzburg because this was my first city I landed. And I had to have a bicycle. I used to go around with the bicycle. And the Salzburg is very nice. Very nice to visit. It's worth to visit. This is the first restaurant, first job what I had in Austria. This is restaurant Al Salzburg. This is the near to the summer festival house, and that was the first job what I had here. And it was like European cuisine, so it was also very difficult because of the language. The kitchen chef, he asked me something to bring. I go to the core room and I take 10 minutes to find what it is. Then he shout, how it is in the kitchen. So that was also is a good experience, I say, because I learned lots. It was a pressure, it was very difficult, also physically, but it helped me to learn many things. So that was my first restaurant. The restaurant is still there in Salzburg. Now I coming to Austrian tourism and hospitality, which is like if you compare to India, you see Austria has 2019 because 2021 this is COVID time. This tourism has blocked, and that is not. I'm not giving you. The 2019 is like 46.2 million tourists visit Austria. This is also domestic tourists. 32 million international tourists we had. So you can imagine we have 8 million population and 46 million tourists. So you can imagine that every person here almost more or less or more direct or indirect related to the tourism business. So it's a per night. This we have like per night of earning or turnover of 150 million euro with this tourist. This is also 7.5% of GDP Austria's. So it's the very biggest industry here. And Austria in tourism visiting, it's like 12th in the world. It's a very tourism related country. It's very beautiful. People are well educated with the tourism. They know how to handle with tourists. That is very important. This education has to come to a country or place to bring the tourism is very important. I'm just giving you an example. Once I went to the architect professor to Assam. Just I land up at Guwahati airport, then two airport authority people came. Then sir, he called my friend and sir, come here, passport. So then that the first impression, he was like treating him like he's a criminal. He's doing some mistake. The person is looking at me and say, what happened? I said, no, they want to see your passport. So that should not be happen. If you've been to Thailand and other country, you see how they give a big namaskar and sometimes they give away a mala, fuller mala, So it's very important. The people has to be educated in all level. If I expect a big tourism industry or expecting the people to visit our country, the basic are even they have to learn the taxi drivers, airport authority, souvenir shopkeepers, restaurant, hotel, anyway, they have to learn how to handle the people. So this is very important. And this is what they are very conscious here. That's why the industry is very huge. And hygiene and patriotism, it's we have a very some basic problems. We have the mindset because we do everything which nobody see us. We lie if nobody can trace us. We steal if nobody see us. We throw a garbage if nobody is there. So this we all do it, and this is the bad thing. What we have to really think about it. This mindset has to be changed. If you want a healthy life, you want a healthy environment, if you want people to come and appreciate you, that has to be there. So here the people are very, very conscious. They are conscious about their patriot. They don't make dirty. They keep their place clean. They are always conscious about what his neighbor is doing. They're conscious his group of people are there, how to behave there, how to be there. So how they are very, very, they are not cheating. They are like, you are very, very secured. These are the things very, very important to expect to international tourism or tourism in a country. So these are the Austrian. There are many things I can tell you about them, how they organize tourism and everything. But these are basic data can tell you many things. How important for them is the tourism. Compared to India, Avanta, we have 1.3 billion people. 17.9 million people came to India to visit. This is 2019 tourists, including domestic tourists. And this is like, you can see Austria, not even smaller than Assam, you can imagine. So maybe India is 40, 50 times bigger than Austria. Uh, India has like, is a hundred and like 3,300 kilometer in both way. So I can imagine the compared to India, how many things we have to offer there in India. So variety is so beautiful. We have so many old ancient things to see, so beautiful landscape, mountains, Himalaya. Still we have, compared to Austria, you see how less tourism is coming to India, is developing. Rajasthan, Kerala, they are doing very well. We can learn from them anything. I've been to Rajasthan and I see how they organize everything. They're getting very professional. So this thing has to become for Northeast. And if we come to that point, you cannot expect people will give you a second chance, because there are always lots of options nowadays in the world. You cannot expect from your client to give you, okay, this time was not good, he'll come again. That will you cannot expect nowadays, because people are not going to try, because hospitality is very, very personal thing. It's not buying like buying a shirt or buying a tools. So that is we have to learn. There are other things. What are the basic important things to develop a tourism in a country? There is a very another kind of infrastructure we have to build. But these are the basic things for belongs to me and you and everyone. We have to be personally conscious. How do you say, if you clean your house, everyone is clean your house, then the village will be clean. If the village will be clean, then whole district will be clean, and it goes further. So that is like, it's all up to us how we are going to change and what are expectation we have in future. This is one of the picture is near to my house, is not far. It's a small Rhine river is coming from the main Rhine river. These are the, you see, these are tomb, these are the church. Every Austrian village you choose a church. They are 95%. They are like Roman Catholic. They are Alps mountain. You see behind. This is in summer. So there are many so villages, and they are very conscious. They, if you have also money, they don't allow you. They have not town, city, and village. They don't say that. They say always a commercial and residential area. So villages are residential area. They don't allow, apart from the church, so any house should not be taller than trees. If they have also money, they are not allowed to build a 10 floors houses here. And they are rich. They have lots of money, but they don't do it. They follow the rules. So you see, the nature is bending. They know how to live with the nature. They're keeping their house under the trees. You see, it looks very beautiful. You don't disturb the nature. These are the things we have to learn. Because if you can build a house without cutting a tree, then why you cutting the tree? Keep it. So, but that is not. Before you build a house, you cut all the trees and make the place free. You don't think is it necessary or not. So these are the basic things, mindset we have to change if we come to a better world, if we try to want to have a good living. And nowadays the world is very, very conscious about environment. So we have to have, everyone has a contribution, and we should go for it. We should do it. Something from us. This is also it's a place called like uh, it was like, for example, Hallenstadt. It's called Hallenstad. It's a very beautiful. It's a lake. It's a Hallenstad, and this city is like Hallstatt is built like this same like in China. They build this house there, build a city there. So Hallstatt is very beautiful. It is there are many cities, township like this in Austria. Is very there are lots of lake. We have lots of fresh water here in Austria and very nice Alps mountain. So this is one of the very cozy village town. It's very nice to spend the evening here. This is the one of the main economy in Austria is skiing. Is famous for the ski. There are many ski resorts. It's 10, 12 kilometers from our place. It's very nice. It's a Lake am Albag is this ski resort also very famous. All celebrities, they come here. I worked also this resort for 4 years when I was not entrepreneur before, and it was very nice in summer. Everybody they do it. Winter sports are very, very important. This we start in like November, end of October till goes to March till Easter, like beginning of April. This is a city. They see it in winter like this. Lots of snow we have. Austria is good for a ski because it's a snow secured, and it's not that cold like Scandinavia, like Finland, Norway. So people love to come to Austria for. And Austrian people, Austrian hospitality is very, very famous. People love to come here because. One more thing I just want to say, Austria, more than 90% hotels are all family-run hotels. You don't find here like by us in India, like holiday in Hilton and Lila Place, on all Taj Palace, on the big hotels. You don't find it here. Here all family-run hotels, more small hotels. We are very, very good, very clean, very personal service, and people love to come again and again here because. Is you come like a visiting your family. So these are Austrian concepts. So tourism, you go everywhere, you'll find many family-run business here. That is the reason because they have very personal service. So I'm talking about my restaurant now. This is in Liechtenstein, one restaurant. This is like maybe you know the country. I don't know. I'm not sure because the country is very not known to everyone. Liechtenstein is a very small country in between Austria and Switzerland. It's in the middle. It's like a sandwich. The country has like 38,000 population. We have a duke. You don't say king like it's like a king. It's a duke. But we have also a parliament. There's a 7 members parliament. It's a country with 140 square kilometer, like 12 kilometer. So it's a very small country. We are there. My restaurant is there. Because it's economically very, very strong, it's almost second highest GDP in the world. It's like Switzerland, and our currency also Swiss franc. Liechtenstein is famous for the banking. People say the money is in Swiss. There are lots of money in Liechtenstein because Liechtenstein has banking. That people come here, invest here, and keep their money here. Liechtenstein also very good for business because we are always in the transit. People come from like Austria. Swiss, Italy, Germany, they always pass by. So nowadays, this is good that people always drop by in Liechtenstein. You can visit in Liechtenstein in 1 hour, and there is a very small place. I have my only Indian restaurant. We are there, and we have local citizens. They come because the people are very global. They travel all over the world, so they know what is Indian food. So they come to us, and we become very, very personal to them, like friend. We have European tourists. They're coming because nowadays Google is very easy to find. And then we have Indian tourists. They are coming normally in summer. This conducted tour done by Cox and King, Thomas Cook, SOTC. All those, they have a bus tour in Europe. When they come from, like they start their tour in London or in Amsterdam. Sorry. Then the end is in Rome. So they go through all the countries by bus, and when they come in the lunchtime to us, and then had half an hour drop, then have lunch with us, and they again go further driving. So this is coming for both ways. So we are having like 15 to 20,000 Indian guests every year summer. So we were expecting more in 2020, but because of COVID, it's gone. But is now this year again is slowly starting now. So we do only Indian food. We don't cook European, and it's lots of vegetarian food. We make lots of buffet. On these are people are coming, and we are very well known to people in Mumbai. All tour operators, they know us. So if anybody is from uh, feeling or thinking about to have a tour operator or a travel agency in future, please contact me. I can help you in this regards. Okay. So it's called Liechtenstein. Vaduz is the capital. It's a very small country. This is the restaurant. This is a very old building. This is like almost 100 years old building. Schlossle, I have written Schlossle. It's a local language. Schloss is castle in German. So is it called castle because it looks like also a castle. Is very beautiful. My restaurant is there, and this is one of the picture. We celebrate Holi with the locals. You see, this is Holi. We celebrate. I'm in the middle. We really celebrate Holi, and they really love it. And that we do it because we are doing also like cross culture. We are giving like Indian culture to the people. It's not easy like India, but we are trying whatever we can, and people are very happy that we do that. And people they really come and join us. We celebrate Diwali. We this is in November that we also do. People come with well dressed, and we serve very good buffet. We have also cultural program, and our restaurant had almost 180 covers. Covers means seat. This call in restaurant language is covers. So we have 180 covers restaurant. This is in Diwali. So now I'm coming back to Assam. This is that was like Kumud was telling. So I want to tell him this is my project in Assam. I am working on this. I have started long time back, but it was very difficult because I'm not there. I'm very busy. Still, this is in Helem, just near to my village. This is the national highway. It goes to Itanagar. This is to Dhemaji, Junai. This is the place. It's called Misamari. This is our village is near to Arunachal border. This way it goes. It's not far, around 2.5 kilometers. This is on the highway. So I am planning my vision to having a health center. This is a hospital, and we are trying to relate it to for the local. This is mostly the behind is this. Helen Tea Gardens. It all belongs to tea gardens. So we have tea gardens laborers and locals. These are that's how we are. I'm trying to do some health-oriented services or provide some health-related services to the local people. This is my long-term vision, and I'm doing it from last 10, 12 years. The infrastructure has been built. This photograph is a little bit old, but I just want to show you. There is a restaurant here. This is a restaurant, and we have rooms here, 7 rooms for people also for the overnight stay. I make also Namghar. One temple is here, and this is the hospital building. So this is you see from the behind, then you see all the buildings, and that is my vision, my project in Assam. So it was always my dream to do something for my people in Assam, my region, because they are also expecting. Like Kumud, they think also I am very successful. I don't know, but I am doing my job as I love it. And I try to give back to my people. I hope I'll success and I'll have more time for this project in future. And I'll go and invest my time that and trying to do something for my people. This is the hospital building. We have like 3 floors. It's almost 30,000 square feet. We have space, so space is enough. This is the entrance of the hospital building. This is the restaurant. It's already everything is done. We can open it anytime, but for that I have to go there. So I couldn't make my schedule now to visit. I have to be there at least for 2 to 3 weeks to open the restaurant. Everything has been done. So I'm just waiting to go there and start the restaurant. And this is the road coming from the highway. So it's a very nice locality. It's very open. I'm just keeping it. We planted almost 200 plant of fruits here, all different type of fruits. Then we have all the palm trees here is just planted It will take 2-3 years to grow. So we are doing also, like I have 150 Nemu gos. The Nemu gos is behind. So it's around 14-15 bighas of land. So we are trying also to environment friendly and trying to set up example for our local people to see, because we have a mindset. This one toilet should not be always dirty. It can be also clean. You can also have meal in your toilet. So this kind of thought I have. I hope I can utilize, or I can realize this my vision in this place. But I'm trying, and let's see. Maybe after 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I can tell you or show you a different picture. It's just called this project called Helem Health. Helem is the locality. Helem Health is the project name. Under the Helem Health, I have different unit and different facilities. We have a OPD. We have a laboratory which is running now, but it is not full-fledged. We are trying to get more departments there. Mother-child care is very important. That is coming. So we are trying to do one by one. We are not hurried because we want to have a vision in proper way. So now I'm just sharing my thought in hospitality industry, what is important, I feel. I told you before, the know-how is very, very important. You should know, you should really work. If you are trying to be a restaurant owner or hotel owner or whatever it is, like it's travel agency, go and work there and spend 2, 3, 4 years and have the practical experience. And if you have a goal, if you know that after 3, 4 years you want to be an entrepreneur, then you have more motivation. That I also had. I know I had always back of my mind, wherever I worked, I was always motivated. I always say I am 7 days a week for there. The boss was very, very happy with me, but I was learning for me because I was working for me, not for them. I get the salary, but that is to survive, but that I need. But I always work for me, and that was very, very important. If you work for yourself, have a job, you don't think how much salary you are getting, how many hours you are doing. You don't think, because you have your vision and you achieve that, so you learn more than normal. So that I always suggest. You see also all successful businessmen in India. I'm talking about people from Marwaris, Gujaratis, and all those people. You see, if they started their business with selling oil, cooking oil, they'll do it even they become millionaire. They never thought. They're always doing their job, the basic business, which was their fundament, which they help them grow them. So these are the things. It's very basic, but it's very important. And that I also learned in my life. I say it has to have a passion to be host. You have to be happy to see people. You have to be, if you say, they are again coming, he's sitting in his restaurant, he's not going now. I mean, this kind of feeling, if you have, then it's very difficult to be in this industry. So I am 14, 16 hours in my leg, and I am almost 60, if you don't believe. I born in 63. So now I now 14, 16 hours in the restaurant, talking with the people, I never get tired, because this is my hobby, my life. That is I born for hotel industry. So some kind of, it's also a 0 to 100, because many people even here, they try to come to the hotel industry, they want to work, but they cannot, because the CEO, my friends have weekend free, they work only 8 hours, and evening they're watching a football, I have to work. So our job is different. When people come from work home, we go to work. 5, 6 o'clock they come, we open the restaurant. People when have holidays, they want to enjoy. This is our part to entertain them. So we cannot expect that in holidays we to have to holiday. We have our free time, we have our schedule, that is different. But to be there, you cannot compare, because it's a very, very different profession, and that has to be, you have to be 100% clear in your mind before you want to join the hospitality industry. Fix your product. You should know what you're going to do. You cannot open a restaurant and hotel and say, I'm taking everybody. I'm a 5-star. I'm a 3-star. I'm a 2-star. You have to really finalize what you want to sell. Maybe in the beginning, often is happening, you are not getting response you tend, but if you are sure what is your product, then you'll know that will be a success will come, but you have to be very, very consequent on your product. That you as a management student, then you know what I'm talking about. Target your client, you should know you cannot take everyone. That is not going to work. You said, okay, my restaurant only for families, my restaurant only for youngsters, my restaurant only for the businessman or office client. So that somehow we have to be really, really targeted client, and you have to work for it, because if you have family restaurant, you don't sell alcohol. If you have office restaurant, then you have to be very quick, because they have a 1 hour break, 2 hours break. You have to sell the food very quickly. So this kind of thing. If you are roadside restaurant, then it has to be also very quick. People are traveling; they don't want to be spend 1 hour, 2 hours for a meal, because he's traveling. So it's coming many drive-in here in Europe, America is drive-in. When I drive through, we don't sit in the restaurant. We drive through. We order in the machine in the entrance. Then we have the meal, pick up the meal, and we eat on the way in the car or somewhere on the way we eat it, because we don't want to spend the time in the restaurant. So these are the small example I'm giving. So you have to really fix your client. You should know who is coming to your restaurant. And you have to strengthen your what you are good on it. So maybe you are good on it. You have a good cooking skill. Maybe you are good in socializing, in like PR, you are good. You are good in the marketing. Maybe you know how to interior. So you have to find it. But everyone, and that I believe, and that it is a true. It's a universal truth. Every child, everybody born in this world, always come with a talent. Problem is that many of them, a whole life, they couldn't find it. What is his talent? And many of them is come very late in life to find out what was my talent. And that is now in the global world is very opening. You can, before in our age, it was categorized. The best student was engineer, doctor, professor. Second best was bank officer, clerk. Those are the like railway jobs. And third one was like police, peon, and that was like standard categorized in our days. But now is global. You can do anything. You have to be good, and you can be good if you have that talent. So please try to find out what is your talent and do this. This is very, very important to be happy in your lives. Success and happiness is two different things. Success is mostly is recommendation from others. Other said that other appreciations from others. But that is not very important. Important is you have to be happy what you are doing. So that is come if you do what you have the talent, what you love to do. That I always tell to young generation, because that is the problem, because you always run behind this competition market. You always look behind what my friends are doing, my neighbor is doing, what my parents are telling. This is you run behind. You don't really sit down and think what is really what you are, what you want. That is very, very important. And the education system in Europe, they give the chance to the children. They give the chance. They don't pressurize. They don't make them confused. They give them chance. Even class 4 here, they don't give any exams. No student have exams here till class 4. They just play. We get worried when I send our children in the school, because why they don't have exams here. And then I realize it's useless. It's a what will happen if you class 4 exam, you get a like 100% in all the subject. What does it mean? It's nothing. So it's like that. This is the thing, what we have to really think about it. This is the coming generation. I'm very, very optimistic in India, because it's coming. People are opening. The new generations are different. They think different. And that has to be happen, because end of the day, we want to be happy. End of the day, we want to have a healthy environment. We everyone to have a healthy life. And a healthy life, healthy environment, happiness is related to all those things. What I have taken to you, because I have an opportunity here to see, because I can compare, I can see. There are many bad things happening here also. There is also many bad things here in the society. But I am not here for the bad things. I am here to gain. If I lose here, if I go back to Assam, why I am here, So here, if I learn one German word in a day, this is a gain for me. So I'm not look at the bad thing what they are doing. So please don't go behind the media. Don't you try to also filter the media. You try to think about yourself. Don't go wake up in the morning and say, okay, the train is burning, 10 people in killed. This news we don't need, because the amount, the percentage of the bad people is too less in the world. Problem is they make noise. So we have to learn, go away from the noise, avoid the noise. That is very, very important. Success in life, what I feel, just don't misunderstand. Just I told you in the beginning, I'm sharing my thought. I'm telling you what I feel myself, what for me was important in my life, how I learned, that I am sharing with you. It's depend also, everybody their own background who is coming back. I had never had anything in my life without a struggle. I know it. Till today I know it. If want to get something, I have to fight for it, I have to work for it. That's why I build up. So it's very important what we do, not what we know. That I learned when I came to here to Europe. Then I see the people, I see the locals, my neighbors. See, they don't know anything. If you ask them where is Assam, they have no idea. If you ask them where is Lima, they don't know. So it is, but for them that's not important. If they want to find out, they'll go to the Google and they will find out. It's no problem. It's not necessary to know who is the president of India or president of Austria. You can find out in a 1 second. But thing is that it's important what you know. Try to do that. Try to do that. Try to practically do that. See, we do many things in our life. You have to. We must wake up early. We should have very good breakfast. We should go early to the bed. We should not have oily food. We should not drink much. We should not talk too much. We should respect to the elders. But this whole thing, what we know, even 10% we don't do in our practical things, practical life. And that is the problem. Your life will change if you try to do at least 10% of thing you know. That is enough. So knowing is not going to help you in your life. It helps in your life what you do. So that is what I learned when I come, because the Germans are very, very pragmatic people. They come here, I learned from them, and that is very, very important. I realize we learn many things in the books and all, study in India, many things. But when I come here and I see, as I give you the example, to making a cup of tea, a cook a rice. So you have to really very honest to yourself. You think really I know it or not. So very easy to write a new exam for 3 hours and get a 90%. It's not difficult, because you're learning the same thing again and again. This is very easy. Somebody maybe had a bad day, maybe night he couldn't sleep properly, maybe he had some other disturbance, so he get 80 or 70. So you had a better day and you got 90. But this does not mean that you are a better person than him or her. So these are the things you realize when you grown up, when you come to a real life. So try to be a competitor is very, very important. Competition is grow you, it's good, but it has to be very, very healthy. And don't choose a wrong competition. We have to be a healthy life. We have to try to be always happy. And that is what I'm trying. I don't say I'm a successful person, but what I say, what I'm doing, I'm happily doing it. And I can imagine to next 20 years to be in this industry. And that is my strength. That is my success. That I feel happy. I want to be in this industry for next 10, 20 years. And when I say it today, and that is for me is success. So that was one thing I just want to show you proudly. I was invited to, when Pratibha Patil president came to Vienna, she called me also to visit her. So I was there also, some entrepreneur on and some intellectual politician there in Vienna. And that was I was very thankful that I got that invitation, because she was a very, very nice person. I had a small talk with her. That was in Vienna. So I just want to say again, thank you. Maybe I don't know. Time is, I think, is okay. What do you say, Kumar? Is okay? Hello?
It's okay, fine. Very
Okay.
excellent talk from your end,
Okay.
and it
Okay.
talk that you are like an open book. We can
Okay.
read
Thank
from
you.
you,
Thank
and
you
we
so
have
much
learned
to
a lot.
everyone.
I have learned many things
And
from
hope
you.
to see you again, maybe as in physically in Assam, somewhere else. And I'm
Yes,
just
yes,
telling you one thing, if I allow to say, Kumud, see,
yes.
I am looking for also a management person, management young boy or girls, yeah, management young, to maybe will be interested in my project. So I'm just said, leaving the message. If somebody like to contact me, then he will contact you. Okay?
Okay, okay, okay. Yes, yes.
Okay.
That will
Sorry,
be,
but I just want to take the opportunity. Okay, thank you.
that will be pleasure for us.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Now, one thing I request all the participants to switch on your video so that we can have some snapshot. Yes, and I request the host to have a snapshot of the participants, please.
Yeah, Montu, about photo.
Yes, and that's what. Yes, now you have the photographs.
And as this process goes on, I think Chairperson sir, we can go for formal thanksgiving of Jashwant sir.
Yeah.
Should we?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
So this is a part of formality, Yashwanta sir. We are really very grateful to you that you have come to us today as a resource person and you have said so many things. Like despite of being such a busy entrepreneur, you have given us 1.5 hours time. We are really very grateful to you, sir. And as you have said, you have started from scratches, and at the same time, you have said all the people, almost all people in the hospitality industry have started their business from the scratches. That's a great motivational thing that you have told us, sir.
Thank you.
And moreover, through your simple verses, you have said how your mother has motivated you. You have said that your mother has said, "Oday dangor ke bhabibo lage." That's a great inspirational thing, and you have
Yes.
very nicely correlated it with Buddha's saying, where you are saying Buddha has said thought is everything. So this motivational things I think really will help our students in getting their
Thank you.
some practical ideas
Thank
from an
you.
entrepreneur.
Thank
And
you.
we are very hopeful, sir. Next visit to yours when you'll be coming for your Helm project in to our Assam, to our state. At the time, probably we will be able to see you physically in our own center.
Yes,
We'll
I'm
really
looking
be very
forward.
grateful. We'll be really very
Nice.
grateful if you can do that for us. And
Thank you. I'm looking forward. Thank you.
nextly, I would like to thank our chairperson, sir, who is your personal friend, who has initiated all this process to get you amongst us for this conversation. And at the same time, I'm thankful to our other faculty members who have joined us today and who could not join. For those also, they were highly interested in your program. I'm very thankful to everyone. On behalf of the center, I would like to give thanks to all the faculty members of other colleges, especially our Bhupesh Bhagavati sir, who has taken great initiative in bringing you to our forum. And I'd like to thank
He's the key person. Yeah, he's the key person. Yeah.
Another person who is
Okay.
there in their college is Pankasa, who was greatly helping us. I would like
Yes,
to
yes.
thank all our students who have so actively participated in this program, and especially the group Montu, then Rajat and Biplab. All these people have taken great, initiative in materializing this program.
Thank you.
So, on behalf of our department, on behalf of the chairperson, I would like to thank everyone. And I think we can wind up with the permission of the chairperson, sir.
Yes, we can. May I ask the host to whether the snaps are ready? You have taken the snaps?
Montu, did you?
Into?
Pankaj, if you are there, Montu, your voice is echoing.
The Montu is muted. Montu unmuted.
Montu, unmute yourself,
Take the
please.
snap. Yes, anyone can take the snap. No issue. Anyone.
Anyone can. Anyone can. And I have taken some while this process was going on.
Oh yes, then it's fine. But actually, during that period, most of the videos were not open.
Right. That is also true.
Yes, video on in the better the photo will be.
Everyone, please, Suraj, Mantu, Karishma, Chetika. Why don't you show your faces? That's nice.
Yes, all are beautiful.
All are beautiful, really beautiful people do that.
Real nice, young. Look nice. Yeah.
Suraj, okay.
It's over.
I think so, sir.
Montu, নিজে the video on করা।
মনটোৱে কি কৰি আছে কি?
Montu video on করা আর photo উঠা। Montu, we are taking our precious time. You
Yes.
asked me to finish it up by 2:30. So now it is 3:10 as per IST.
Standard time.
So yes, we really enjoyed the time and it's very much valuable. Thank you.
বহুত দিনৰ পৰা শুনিব খুজি থকা বস্তুখিনি শুনিলো। Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, you should be more visible in Assam, sir.
Yeah.
It will
Yes.
be great motivation
Yeah, I
for
think
people.
the time will come. Time will come. Then you say, "Arun ahiba aru amar yala boli kobo sage."
নহয় ছাৰ, প্ৰয়োজন আছে, মোটিভেট কৰা বিৰাট প্ৰয়োজন আছে। ইমান দৰকাৰী কথা আপুনি কৈছে। বহুত বছৰৰ পৰা পঢ়ি আছো। বহুত বছৰৰ পৰা পঢ়ি আছো। 15-20 বছৰ আগতে আপোনাৰ কথা প্ৰান্তিকত পঢ়িছো।
তোমাৰ ঘৰ ক'ত? তুমি বুলি কৈছো আৰু ঘৰ ক'ত?
Of course, sir, of course. আমাৰ ঘৰ ডিব্ৰুগড়তে, মই ডিব্ৰুগড়ৰ ছোৱালী, মই ডিব্ৰুগড় হয়। মোৰ কিন্তু বিয়া হৈছে টংলা, আপোনাৰ ফালে।
টংলা, আমাৰ ফালে। আমাৰ পৰা বেছি দূৰ নহয় ন? টংলা, মঙ্গলদৈ টংলা নাযায় ফালে, ওদালগুৰি ফালে।
এক ঘণ্টা লগ পাম, ছাৰ। নেক্সট টাইম অসমলৈ আহিলে আপোনাক বিচাৰিছো আৰু
Sure, মই কমুদতে গম পাব এইবাৰ গ'লে মই জনাম।
When you come to LM আহিলে আমি গম পাব লাগিব আৰু
মানে নিজৰ ভাল লাগেতো।
হেলেম প্ৰজেক্টত আপুনি থাকিব, হেলেম প্ৰজেক্টত আপুনি 3 থাকিব লাগিব বুলি কৈছে, তেতিয়া লগ পাম আৰু।
নহয়, অপেনিং কৰিবৰ কাৰণে মই থাকিব লাগিব, নহ'লেতো অসুবিধা হ'ব মানে বিগিনিঙত। তাৰপিছত মইতো তাত থকা সম্ভৱ নহয় এতিয়া।
3 সপ্তাহটো কেতিয়াও নহ'ব।
2-3 সপ্তাহ মানে অপেনিঙত লাগিব, মানে জাষ্ট অপেনিঙৰ সময়ত। তাৰপিছত তাত চলাব লাগিব আৰু অন্য এমপ্লয়ীয়ে চলাব লাগিব আৰু। কিন্তু বিগিনিঙত মই থাকি দিব লাগিব আৰু।
গম পাইছো, তেতিয়া এবাৰ লগ পাব লাগিব, ছাৰ।
Sure.
এতিয়া চিয়ৰ লগ পাম, আমি যাম।
হ'লনে? নহয় জানো? হৈ গ'ল? নাই ফটো ল'লে?
হৈছে চাগে। এতিয়া আমি এৰিব পাৰো। হয় ছাৰ, ইমান দেৰি লৈছে। মনটো লৈছে কোনোবাই। Yes, sir. Very much okay, sir.
Okay. Namaskar.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, Gamut. Okay. Okay. Then wish you a nice weekend to everyone. Nice weekend. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.